All right, so today we'll be looking at section 1F, talking about currency and exchange rates. So what we're talking about is changing one type of currency to another. For example, and for the specific examples that we're looking at, we're going to be changing Australian dollars into other currencies and then changing other currencies back into Australian dollars. So we're going to take a look at how to do that. And it's incredibly simple. Now, your task, again, is not about the mathematics. It's about knowing when to do what. The mathematics, again, is very easy. It's the directions. When do you need to do that? So there are two rules, and the rules are defined by the conversion that you're making. If you're going to convert from Australian dollars, and again, that's the key there, from the Australian dollars, you're simply going to take the amount of dollars and multiply it by the exchange rate. And the exchange rate will always be given to you in a table, and you can never count on it being the same because the exchange rate, in the book they talk about it changing daily, but actually it changes every few seconds. So it's constantly changing. The amount of the exchange rate is constantly changing. And you also have to recognize that some exchange rates are different. The one that you read is just the exchange rate that banks get. It's probably not the one you would get. So you'd get a different exchange rate depending on your position. So those are constantly changing, so pay close attention to those charts that they give you. Don't try to memorize any charts because, again, they always change. So that's how to convert from Australian dollars. Well, if you're going to do the opposite, then you're simply going to do the opposite operation. So to convert to Australian dollars, you're simply going to take the dollar amount and divide by the exchange rate. So the mathematics behind it is quite simple. You just have to know when to do which thing. So the math, again, is quite easy. It's just a matter of knowing when to do which one, right? Now, some of my students in the past have thought about it as whichever one is easiest. So Australian dollars to something else is multiplication because that's easiest. So from Australian dollars. But however you can think of it to make sure that you can do these conversions. Now, we need to talk about one other thing, though, because sometimes you're going to know the amounts, but you don't know the exchange rate. And so that's the last part of this, and then we'll do some examples, is to find the rate given two amounts. So in other words, say you have some Australian dollars and you have some British pounds, for example. You're simply going to take the Australian dollars. Oops, I'm sorry. I need some more room here. So you're going to take the Australian dollars and you're going to use that to divide by the other currency. And dividing that other currency amount by the Australian dollars will give you the rate. Okay? So the Australian dollars is going to go on the bottom, and you just do that division, and that'll tell you the rate. So those are the three things that we're going to be using in order to be able to answer the questions about currency and exchange rates. So there you go.